man.
I'm good.
Good.
Yourself?
Good. Yeah, good to finally meet you. I've like seen you online everywhere, and I've seen you be smashing it, basically killing it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
So it's good to be finally in your presence.
Nah, that's humbling, man.
And to be graced by the Nick Kelly, and because obviously, we'll introduce you. You're Nick Kelly. Are you the founder? Or?
I'm the founder and co-owner of Beast Anglia Entertainment Limited.
Brilliant, Beast Anglia Entertainment. And for those who don't know, just tell us about Beast Anglia,
Beast Anglia Entertainment is an entertainment company focusing primarily on battle rap, but also we are dabbling in other areas of the entertainment industry, music, skits, comedy, etc. But our main stake is battle rap at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is basically what it is. Battle rap is two rappers trying to outwit each other over 3, 2 or 1 round in rhyme format. That's simple as it gets, really.
Yeah. Is that 60-second rounds or how?
It depends. Sometimes we go 60 minutes, sometimes 60 seconds even.
Wow.
Yeah, 60 seconds or 3 minutes. We never do 60 minutes.
60 minutes? I was
going to say people ain't got that attention span, mate.
One long round, that would be one heck of a round. But okay. So sort of 60 seconds to 3 minutes. Yeah, and like kind of MMA style, isn't it? Like literally 3 rounds.
Yeah.
60 seconds. Okay.
3 rounds, 60 seconds, and then obviously it's judged afterwards. The winner gets bragging rights, sometimes a bit of money, or in this case, coming up soon, they'll be the champion of the league, which would lead to a whole host of other opportunities as well.
Yeah. And how did it all start?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Right, I was watching a Fire Festival documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was an amalgamation of another thought of something I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do something for Cambridge, and I wanted to get into rap and battle rap because that's something that's always interested me and something I've always enjoyed. I put it in the back of my head because obviously you get busy over the years and you don't have times to really seriously pursue something.
Yeah.
And then one day I was just frustrated about the lack of battle rap or even a rap scene in Cambridge. And then I watched the Fire Festival doc, and for some reason, like Ja Rule's failure made me want to try and succeed.
Inspired you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I I tried to run the first event, and it went to, didn't end well. Didn't even start, didn't get off the ground. So I bucked my ideas up, and we had an event, our first event, October 5th, 2019, and it was just a snowball effect from there.
And how come it didn't work out? Was it the logistics or first time around?
Well, first time around, I didn't know what I was doing, really, to be honest.
Okay.
I was very stubborn. I didn't take people's advice when I probably should have taken people's advice. I picked the wrong venue, which I tried to run it in a school.
Did you?
Yeah, and obviously a school found out it was battle rap and they pulled the venue. I used people who weren't serious about it. I used people who wanted to get the adrenaline of seeing their name on a poster but didn't want to write 3 rounds and potentially, battle and lose and get humiliated. So people were pulling out left, right and centre. Just the production was bad. I tried to do everything on the cheap. Did everything half-assed with no knowledge. That's why it failed. It was on me. But I learned from that failure.
That's how it is, yeah. You always, my background is in events, so it's the same. My first 2 or 3 were like dead and, you know, but you learn from that and you build for the next time.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So, yeah, that's good. No, it's good. But you've come back, I've seen you now, and like I've seen the recent events you did last year.
Yeah.
And they were like popping, literally.
Yeah, no, they were big, man.
How do you get, like, when I saw online, people can see the videos on our playlist, Beast Anglia, if you haven't seen them already. How do you get such a big crowd? Because, I always see.
Word of mouth, man. That's literally it. We built, well, not we, but myself and obviously networking with other people, other rappers who've also built a little network of almost underground scene across sort of the Cambridge, Ipswich, Colchester, Norwich region. about these events you're speaking about specifically, with just literally word of mouth. You put hungry people on a card, they're going to want to invite their friends, and then they share the video and people see it, and it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? It's people being hungry and wanting to do something cool and inviting people to watch. Just how we got a popping crowd, you know what I mean? It's not a secret recipe. You're delivering cool content and people are hearing about it.
Yeah, that's it, word of mouth, yeah. That is literally, so many people, like, what's the secret? If you're delivering, people will turn up, you know, that's it, people enjoy it, yeah. And obviously I've seen, like, you've got so many talented rappers. There's Georgie Roots.
Yeah, co-owner of Beast Anglia. Shout out Georgie Roots, man. I know you're watching.
Georgie Roots, shout out to you. Yeah. And then you've got Sam Hypes. You've got
Hypes, another guy.
Smashing it. Like, there's something about Sam Hypes. I don't know if it's his northern accent. Is he the one with a northern accent? Or?
Yeah, he's from Blackburn.
Blackburn. But obviously, lyrically, he's really skilled, really talented. But there's something about how he articulates himself when he's spitting. It's like, I think the northern accent articulates it more.
Yeah, it's aggressive, man. Everything just lands a lot harder with that accent, man. It's a no-nonsense. I sound stupid saying it, but it's a no-nonsense voice.
It's a no-nonsense approach, yeah. I mean, and you as well. You, I think, obviously, you're the founder, but I'm not just saying this because you're the founder or because you're here. You know, I'm straight up. I genuinely think you are obviously among the best, or just
I'm up there. I wouldn't put myself above Sam and Georgie, but I'm up there.
Well, there's something about you as well. Your poetry. There's an element of poetry in what you're saying, and it's chilled. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because, I don't know, you had a beer in hand one time. That might have helped, but
oh God,
it seems like you're really laid back, you know, when you're doing it as well.
Yeah, well, I may come across as laid back, but trust me, I'm not, man. It's just, you think about everything that could go wrong, you know what I mean? You're worried that you're going to choke, or people aren't going to get what you say, or it's just going to fall flat.
Yeah.
But nah, I look laid back, but really, mate, I'm absolutely bricking it.
Yeah.
I think anyone will tell you as well that when they're on stage, or at least that moment before they get on stage and spit that opening bar, man, like the butterflies are going, the adrenaline's pumping, you're thinking about everything that can go wrong. And it does go wrong for a lot of people for whatever reason. You know?
So I'm thinking, like, have you ever had it when you've literally, it's just fell flat and you've gone out there and literally it wasn't how you wanted it?
Not necessarily fell flat, you know. I've never choked. I've never had a major stumble. I've written stuff that hasn't got the reaction that I wanted or expected, and I've been in a situation where I wasn't expecting for example, my last battle, which wasn't on Beast Anglia, it was on another league called Premier Battles, who are up north, who are doing massive things.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I was doing a battle there, and I didn't realise that the venue was going to be outside. I was expecting a small room, so just my projection didn't come across how it was, and when the guy I was battling was loud and in your face, and I wasn't like that, you know what I mean? Watching it back on camera, man, I didn't like it, but it's not, it's a minor, but that's just me. I'm my own biggest critic, so.
And I've always, I mean, I don't know about you, but me personally, sometimes, I don't know, it's the whole confrontational aspect of it, of battle rap. I'll get a bit edgy sometimes. I don't know. It's almost as if, right, if you come any closer, I don't know. Do you ever get that? Or is it, I think it might just be my paranoia in a way.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes. I mean, most of the time, it's sport, isn't it? It is one of them. So there's always going to be that element to that. I mean,
everyone's all cool.
Everyone's chill at the end. Like, very rarely, sometimes some people cross the line. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but that's so rare. Most people know getting into it, that's what you're going to get.
Just literally,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you can't take it, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
You give it, you take it, man. Obviously, sometimes there's lines that you cross, you know what I mean? Like, I will never put my hand on somebody, and I'll never talk about someone's kids. But that sometimes, but now, I don't get it. But beforehand, when I'm writing for somebody, they're my opponent in it, so I'm not friends with them for a bit. And they know that, like,
You shake hands after though.
I shake hands after, but before the battle, man, I'm going to be psyching you out, I'm going to be pumping you out, I'm going to be telling you you're going to lose, man, and I'm going to embarrass you. And
Yeah, I've seen the way you hype. Yeah, like literally, it is like a real physical combat.
Yeah,
you know.
it's not far off, man. It's not just the words, it's the posturing, it's how you carry yourself, it's how you look at somebody. There's so much to it. It's 90% of it's mental. If you get in someone's head, man, and you make them, you know what I mean, you get them nervous and their performance isn't good, or they start forgetting material, then you've won, man, you've won.
Yeah. And like I've looked around and I've seen a few, like the one you said is Premier
Battles,
Premier Battles, but I think Beast Anglia, for me, there's something about you guys. Like there aren't many like events around the country, or I don't know, maybe I'm just not looking enough, but
it's not relatively a new thing, but we do it a bit differently with us. I think we're a lot more grassroots.
Yeah.
We're a lot more, the phrase is punk rock, you know. We don't care about what people think it should be. We do our own thing, and at the end of the day, it's lightning in a bottle. So there's an energy to us. There's an energy to our events. You know what I mean? It's live. It's loud. I think that's what separates us from every other league in the country, man. Is there's just an energy about us, and you can't really quantify or explain that in a way. It's just there. It's just
and it's almost like not a persona, but it's like a different side to you. Like obviously there's the daytime side to you where you're like, you know, chilled out. You're with your girlfriend, is it? Or
I'm single. I'm single.
He's single. So ladies, if you want him,
man, here, ladies.
This guy's here. You're probably batting off all sorts of girls, but I don't know. But you seem like obviously I've seen you with your friends and with like your peeps, but then it's almost like a different side to you comes out on, or is it just me? Like when you do the rap battles, like you've got like
definitely. Yeah. I mean, you can. The thing is with battle rap, man, there's less rules. It is probably the only one of the very few parts of culture and life that isn't watered down anymore. There's certain things you can't say to people or do to people, or with battle rap, mate, it's completely 100%. You can say, you know what I mean? If you want to look someone in the eye and tell them, you know what I mean, whatever, you can do that. You can't do that in battle rap. You could be as loud as you want in battle rap, as obnoxious as you want. So it is a different persona, but to some degrees, for some other people, maybe it's a release. Maybe it's something that they want to do. They want to go to work and say this to their boss or whatever. And they can't with battle rap. You know, guy, you can say what you like. What you like. You know, the handcuffs are off.
So obviously, you're able to keep it cool, and when it comes to it, obviously there are some people who are like it's like almost Superman, Clark Kent. Like they might have their day job and they're, you know, doing their 9 to 5, but then it comes to the rap and they're just totally like a different character kind of thing. Yeah. And I see you've got some funny, there's what's his name? Is it Toucan?
Toucan, yeah.
He's a funny character. We've got him on the playlist too. Some of the lyrics you hear, it's like they do make me laugh.
Yeah.
You know?
That's not an act. That is Toucan. That's what he's like when he's not rapping.
Yeah. So who won the last one then, or is there like a, you know,
the last event, the last battle?
Is there like a league where, like, you know, somebody wins like the whole tournament?
We have a win-loss record, so every battle is judged. Everybody has a win-loss record. So it's like boxing or MMA, like you said. People have got, you know what I mean, some people are 3-0, some people are 2-1, whatever. But what we're doing now, moving forward, is we want to crown a champion.
Yeah.
So I've taken 16 battlers who have all participated on Beast Anglia to begin with, and we've drawn a 16-man elimination knockout tournament running through this year.
Wow.
The winner becomes the first Beast Anglia champion. There'll be a belt or a chain or something They'll get opportunities with that to battle whoever they want after that before defending the title. They'll get, you know, other opportunities in other media, studio time, whatever, man. Like, and then that's the bragging rights. That gives everybody in the league something to vie for. So if you're battling, you know what I mean, you win your battle, that brings you a step closer to getting a shot at that belt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That would be awesome because then that person can say, yeah, I'm the champion.
I'm the champion, man.
You know,
You know, I'm the best battler in the UK. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I see you guys going. Frankly, the way it's going now, even despite the pandemic, obviously that's been a major setback to you. But
obviously, man, for everybody.
You know, you still managed to keep the hype going, and yeah. So what's the plan for the year? Would you say in terms of 2021? Well,
2021 is more of what we're allowed to do. But at the moment, our main goal is getting the tournament, crowning a champion, bringing through new talent, constantly bringing through new talent. I've got a load of new tryouts who've never had a battle before, who want to get in the ring, so we're getting them through. And then everything, these will all happen one way or another. But the other plans, you know what I mean, are more restriction dependent. You know, I want to expand to different cities, different countries, different venues, different settings, try out new things, put on the best battles that people want to see. And bring the battles to the fans, not just, I mean, we're Beast Anglia, but really we're nationwide. We're aiming to go nationwide and even international. You know, we've got a decent fan base in Ireland. Wow. We've got fans in America. Well, that's gonna have to wait for a couple of years, but Europe, Ireland. Eventually, yeah. You know, even in New Zealand and Australia, we've got fans. So we want to go international eventually. Maybe not this year due to restrictions, but we'll see.
It's going to be hard, I think, with the restrictions. But that's what I was going to ask you. How, because with lockdown, all the pubs, all the bars, they're all shut, they're all closed. How will you get around that?
Well, we did do an event last year in lockdown when they briefly sort of lifted it to 30 people. We had an event basically in a big gazebo that we sort of built. And the atmosphere was crazy. It was the same as some people would say better than the pub, because we realised one thing is the setting doesn't matter. If you've got the fans there, the audience and the crowd and the battlers, then that's all that matters is the environment. The energy goes whether it's a pub, whether it's a gazebo in a park or on a stage or you know, Royal Albert Hall or whatever, man. You know. But unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions now, going forward, we probably will be having to hold events behind closed doors. So only necessary people there, battlers, videographer, myself, staff, whatever.
To keep the numbers down.
To keep it up. But by the same token, that's also a positive in some other ways, you know what I mean? It shows who's the better rapper, who relies on the crowd too much, you know what I mean? Everything's going to be clearer, it's going to be more concise, it's going to be more intense, so it's a decent way. It'll benefit some other people. I mean, it's not what we want to do, but just the battlers want to do it, they want to battle. It's the sport, it's the urge to do it, and sometimes they can't wait for crowds to get back. They've got to go and do it. So that's the plan now, is to do behind closed door, obviously in full compliance of any COVID regulations and restrictions. Obviously the health of battlers and staff does come first, but this will be the next step, probably for the foreseeable future until stuff changes, whenever that happens, man.
Sure. And I want to move to your lyrics, writing. How do you write your lyrics? How do you come up with it? Is it something that sort of just comes to you, or?
It comes to me. I used to sit and write. I used to have a blank page and then try and fill it in, but I've realised what's better for me, and not maybe for everybody, for me, I put it in the back of my head and stuff comes to me, you know, at different times. Sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm playing the Xbox, sometimes I'm out with a friend and something will come to me and I'll take a note, whether it's a punchline or 4 bars or whatever, And then when it comes time to put the rounds together, you sort of start assembling it, you put in the pieces, and sometimes you go down the rabbit hole and you expand on something. That's how I write, and that's better for me, I think.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't get inspiration just staring at a page.
Sometimes I find as well, like with me, I get ideas like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and just write it down.
Yeah.
Like, do you get that as well?
Yeah, mate, I get ideas in my dreams.
Yeah.
The amount of bars I've written in my dreams is crazy. I mean, sometimes I wake up, I can't remember them. I go, damn, that's a fire round.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And inspiration, like who would you say inspires you? Like, is there...
What, as a person or as a rapper?
As a person, I mean, it could be someone famous, or it can even be someone like close to you. You know?
I take inspiration from everywhere, man. That's the thing. Like, I take inspiration from family, people I meet once. You know, I take it from just my surroundings. You know, I mean, I'll see like a video on Instagram. I take inspiration from that. Whether that's inspiration to be a better person, harder worker, or just inspiration for an idea. It's just, I'm a sponge and I'm absorbing what is in my environment, whether that's positive or negative. I try and make it positive. Not all the time.
Try and make it positive. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it's. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you guys, more of Beast Anglia, and I've got really high hopes for Beast Anglia. Nick Kelly, founder of Beast Anglia. I think
2021 is going to be a big year. It's going to be big. It's going to be different to what was initially planned, but nevertheless, it's going to be a big year for us, and it's going to be the building blocks to greater things, especially once this pandemic and the whole situation has ended.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, do you think we can get a little bar, a little fire team? Well, not team. It's a quick one round. Give these people
a quick one round. Yeah. If I can remember anything.
Do you do freestyle?
Not very well, man.
Not very well.
I could probably freestyle about maybe 2 bars to respond to something somebody said, but
See, it just seems like to be here with Nick Kelly, you know, in your presence, I might as well. Like, I would, want to hear just some poetry from you. No, because that's what it is. Rap.
To a degree, it is poetry, man. It's structured writing. It's
rap is poetry. It's oral poetry.
Yeah, it's rhythmically applied poetry. That's what it stands for.
Obviously, it depends what context. It depends, you know, what you're saying. Obviously, what message you're getting across. But it can be used, I think, anyway.
Yeah. To
portray a message that relates to all sorts of people.
Yeah.
You know, especially you know, there's a load of different artists out there, you know. But
mine isn't so inspiring. It's usually to offend or humiliate the person.
Well, obviously your rap battles, they're different. It's mental combat. You know, it's basically, you know, but even that can be inspiring for people who are, you know,
exactly, man.
Looking to go down that way. So, okay, but I think I want to hear something from you.
You want to hear something, man?
Yeah.
All right.
From Nick Kelly.
Let me think of something, because it's been a while. I'll try and I won't do anything from an upcoming battle, because
you don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, Sam Hypes. I'm looking at you, mate. But I'll see if I can spit my opening verse from probably my favourite verse I've ever spat. It's going to be a bit weird because I'm not in a room, but
yeah.
You look like the type of guy a man in a wheelchair could confidently start on. You look like you watch anime to get a hard on. You're a bit chubby, you need to chop the carbs off. I keep it 100, you keep it 1. Argon. You look like Milky from Argos, and you stretch your bar so much your surname should be Armstrong. My penicillin, not penicillin. You can't penicillin. That is not ill, fam. Even Robin HD would not steal that. But I can penicillin. My shit's like the cysteine. I hit all of your action figures are pristine because you have not opened them since you were 6G. You stored them on the shelf next to the unwrapped condoms you received when you were 16.
Thank you. Nick Kelly, Beast Anglia Entertainment.